That was my right up on.
Wow.
Garage door reloads are like $50 a piece.
It's 6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and call a meeting to order. First time will be roll call.
Kirby?
Here.
Gray?
Here.
Now?
Here.
Steve?
Yeah.
Walker?
Here.
West?
Here. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you lead us in prayer, John? Sure.
Heavenly Father, we ask that you put a hedge of protection around the men and the women of PCAD. Alert the ambulance drivers to the dangers of the road and give the medical personnel the wisdom that they need to treat the citizens that they serve. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Take a motion to approve the agenda. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Everyone's had a chance to review the previous minutes. If there are no additions or corrections, they'll stand approved as presented. There are no visitors and we have no public comments sent in. Officers report, financial report.
All right, we'll go to page 6. Statement of assets and liabilities, modified cash basis, January 26, compared to January 2025. See the increase in cash there of $383,000 year over year. On the liability section, you can see that name Diddy card that you guys approved. One transaction before the end of January. Any questions on any of that? Okay, page 7 is statement of revenue and expenses. January 26 and January 27. Revenue's down about 40,000 year over year, and expenses are up 131,000. Well, I'm sorry, that's net operating income. Expenses are up 91,000. Sorry.
Yeah.
The net of those is 131,000. Any questions on any of those or variances? Okay, over to page 9. Capital expenses. Oops, I saw a typo. This is as of 1/31/2026, not December. So year to date, cash outlay, that's what has been purchased so far in January. So all of those loan payments on the equipment is a majority of what it is, and then the building. Any questions on any of those?
Yeah, on the grills, what's the difference in those two? Grill one,
Well,
grill-
isn't it the station 1 to be?
So, yeah, so station 2, the grill is just a replacement grill, that we already have out there. The difference is, the other one includes actually the piping of the gas. So it can be hooked up permanently, just like we have at all the other stations, to natural gas instead of having to buy propane cylinders and the guys running out.
Okay.
$6,000 would buy a hell of a lot of propane.
Or charcoal.
Is that what I'm saying? $6,000 additional cost to have it converted to natural
Well, it's to
gas?
run all the pipe and go through the,
If
I mean,
we
that's,
didn't- If we didn't need the gas for the grill, it wouldn't cost us anything, right? Just propane?
just propane, yeah. And like I said, that was just a ballpark figure. I haven't got any, I think that's been on there since last year already. We haven't done it last year. I don't know. It's
We
just-
looked at it last year, now it's coming down to time to approve it, and I can't live with that, $6,000 to hook it up to natural gas. How often do we grill?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Is there gonna be a hookup at the new station?
Yep.
That's already included.
Yes.
Anything else on the capital? Okay, page 10 is the year-to-date budget versus year-to-date actuals. Revenue for January is down compared to the budget, about 60, almost 66,000. Expenses are down. Of course, I thought all the capital purchase expenses included at the beginning of the year. They'll be throughout the year, but that's kind of a tiny difference there on a portion of it. Employee expense, there was 3 payrolls in January, so that's a lot of that difference. Any other questions on the year-to-date budget or actuals? Okay, next page, the next few pages is the budget details, and it is the annual budget, which is year-to-date actuals. So just 1 month in, so that would be 9% about where things should be, and you'll see that same variance on the revenue, it's down. It's only at 7.28% of the budget. I still wouldn't get too worried about that yet. It's just 1 month. Ambulance operations is slightly above that 9%, but again, I think that is probably about some timing differences. Insurance is all paid in January, so that's why you see that large amount, 91% of the budget. I didn't see any other large variance. Payroll, again, there was 3 payrolls, so that's a little bit high. Any other questions on budget or actuals? Page 16 is the income versus expenses. I must have deleted that at some point, so I realized that doing this report, I was like, oh, we haven't had that for a few months, so please, if I don't include something you want, let me know, because I didn't do it on purpose, I just did it on accident. You can see your last 12 months, income versus expenses, and I looked back, you can see that on the income statement here. January last year looks pretty much the same. There's the same variance, 91,000 more expense than was last year, but January usually looks like that. Page 17 is sales tax receipts. The January number is higher than it was when we looked at it in January because there was a little deposit of like $8,000. That's really like the last year variance, so they might have received money late and they didn't pay it until this. So they reconcile everything after the year end and pay another payment. So if you compare this one to last one, this one's a little bit higher.
So we're up January and February in sales tax, and the year before, we didn't have that huge bubble, did we? Yeah,
Nope.
no. So what is that a difference in collection rate, difference in how long we held the money, or is the actual economic activity increasing?
I mean, I don't have access to the reports, so I can't tell you what the variance is between the two.
Well, it bodes well for us if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, generally, as long as the collectors of the sales tax pay it on time, it would be always the same timing. It's about 2 months behind, basically. So what we got in February is usually December's. So. Any other questions on any of that? Page 18 is the bank balances. As of February 19th and January 22nd on the top half, and the bottom half is year over year. So down 591,000 from this time last month. But year over year, we're at 430,000. Pages 19 through 23 is the check register. Anybody have any questions on that? Okay, if not, then page 24 is the bills that are currently due, and then the details follow on page 25 and 26. If there's any other questions, that's all.
Remind me what the Anchor Point Advisory Group is.
That's the accounting piece.
Okay.
Are there any other questions? Now then take a motion to approve payment of outstanding bills.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Unfinished business, mowing bids, and we have several. Gonna take one another and pass them around and speed the process a little bit. One from Lloyd's Lawn and Landscape.
That's what's going on there.
I guess this is just for highway TT for $160 for mowing.
Seen this one, yeah. Remind me, how many years is this for going? 3?
Yep.
It's an interesting way to do it. So, $100 a time, and that was, that's the buy. Who coordinates the mowing? Well, sometimes it's per each time, the other one is for 3 years, and another one is per hour. How do we know when it needs to be mowed? Who makes that decision? How can we align these bids?
We do it weekly, unless it's dry, there's no need to.
It's never dry around.
$100.
And these bids are all for TT. Columbia Land Care. Got 3 different bids, which I don't understand really, 119.65, 117.30, and 115 per occurrence. And they have a copy of their certificate of liability insurance here.
Essentially this 2.5 hours a day would be once a week, I assume, so.
That would be, Eric, I think that would be the only one that we would know an exact number of what it's gonna cost us for 3 years.
Well, I
The others would have to be extrapolated.
I guess if everybody has a per week rate,
But they don't. One said per time. We didn't specify weekly.
yeah.
And who makes that decision? That may be the way to go, it may not.
Yeah, I guess I would assume that if we're only doing it once a week, we're telling them once a week. You're right, you would have to figure that out.
And then would we require each of these to have some kind of liability insurance? Proof of insurance? Yeah, some do, but not all of them.
In fact, I think it's in the bid spec.
So we can assume that they're all in compliance with the liability aspect.
I mean, we can assume to look at the rates and then we got obviously verify before we, right?
And that paid off actually one time, did something out of Station 2, for the septic system here, took care of fixing it. So
There's always the rock through the window or into a car thing. And who is our current contractor?
S&M.
We have a bid from them.
And then assuming that the rest, when it says per time, that we're only doing it once a week, then theirs would be the lowest at 100 each time.
We don't mowing it, grass that can grow.
It was date to date, wasn't it?
What was that?
You just put date to date. There's a ending and a starting date,
On S&M?
I believe.
At least on
It was Debts and Docs.
second version.
April 1st, 2026, March 31st.
Right.
So it'd be $100 now for the entire 3 years.
That'd be mowing season runs typically March through November, even into early December.
Yeah. And this is also all for just TT, right? Yeah.
Which would be, weekly, that'd be $4,000 a year, times 3 would be 12,000.
It is good to note that on, I don't know how you pronounce it, Boehner, that theirs went up
Each year.
each year, but it's only like $5 or something, but it did go up.
But 215 or 220 or 225 per week is over twice what $100 per week is.
Very good.
Captain Obvious.
No, that is. I just wanted to make that note since we're saying it out loud since everybody was reading it.
And the Yoder guys extrapolation, they're at 13,500 for 3 years. At least we know what the bottom line is. The others are relatively open. Could be more, could be less. I think likely it would be less.
So we're happy with S&M service.
I'm not having any issue with them. They show up on the mow and it looks nice, so.
And their current cost for them,
$60 is what it was, the last bid, but that was 3 years ago, and he's left it the same.
it's a no-brainer to me. It's interesting, there's this many people that are interested though. And either the price of mowing has gone up or somebody told them that we got lots of money, we're an easy touch.
Or building a new station.
Yeah.
And it doesn't include the new station, does it?
Just
No.
TT.
TT. Well, I mean, the thought is that we won't have the rest by the time mowing season's over. If we do, then we'll have to negotiate something with them to get that done. But
The other thing is it's hard to put in a bid if you don't really know what you're mowing. There's no asphalt, there's no curb, you know?
Yeah.
So that was the other thing, you know, I think maybe once we get the asphalt and everything in, maybe we can go and put it out for a mowing bid, you know, starting July or something like that, if
I
we
know
have
that
something.
when the city mows unkept lots and they put a tax lien against it, the amount of the lien is determined by the square footage that is mowed, and they have a cost per square foot allowance that they use.
Some of that's gonna be, need to be mowed regardless whether it's seeded or not mowed. How much area do we have that needs to be mowed? Is it to the road or?
Well, it's probably up to 16th Street, there's probably gonna be the easement right away that the county maintains, I would say, you know, some of that. And then we probably have to mow where they put in that ditch that would be to the west of the building, up to the property line of the property that they stole.
We need to maintain it before grass is laid.
Well, I think once they have all the road in and everything, they will all get that straightened out. You know, do the dirt work on it, and there's gonna be little bit of landscaping that's gonna be done in front of the station there. So I would say once they smooth all that out and make sure the ditch is all, I figure then we know how much mowing that needs to be done. So, yeah, I think then we should probably put out a bid, you know, for the rest of the year or for 3 years or, you know.
If we do that, as courtesy, we should probably contact each of these unsuccessful bidders and give them an opportunity to bid on that one, as opposed to just putting an article in the paper.
Yeah, I mean, we can probably do that too.
Is there a motion on the current mowing bids?
I move we continue with our current vendor.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. New business, the bank transfers.
Page 27, so the ambulance vehicle replacement, that number is made up of these ambulances on order down below. That's the total of everything that's on order for ambulances. Everything else is based off of the 2026 budget numbers. So moving 1.3 million out of the general fund, putting 998 into the building fund, 252 into the ambulance vehicle replacement, and 79 into equipment replacement.
Are there any questions on those transfers? If not, I'll take a motion to approve those. So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Medical logistics manager.
Be part of our report next time too, but spoiler. We moved Nick Burke, one of our paramedics, into that spot. He accepted it. This is for him to have a credit card with $1,000 limit. He'll be the one that will start doing all the shopping at Walmart and everything else for our station staff.
So I don't have any issues with it, but just out of curiosity, are they gonna be able to just do it on their own, or is there any kind of approval prior to purchasing, like?
Like Walmart wouldn't be having pre-approval. Anything from Amazon has to come through me before it can he bought for that. I haven't heard of.
Just curious.
Any other questions? Not that take a motion to approve that. So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Garage door update.
So for the past, well, however long I've been in this building, we've had garage door openers that the clip attaches to the back of the door opener by a Lego piece, is what I'm gonna call it, for lack of better words. They continuously and constantly fall out of the ambulances onto the ground. They're so cheaply made, not cheap to buy, but cheaply made, that they fly to pieces on the floor. The buttons that open the doors go down the drain, and it renders the door openers useless. And we have to buy more. And we've just got done buying more. Hopefully we can send them back if you guys will approve this, but it also gets us to where the door openers open the doors at every station. We don't have to worry about moving door openers from vehicle to vehicle to vehicle, or not getting moved, and then you can't get them built. So this would cover all of our stations. We spoke with the Rainer folks. They weren't going to be able to do anything for us as far as that goes. They didn't have door openers that had 4 buttons. We have to have at least 4 buttons. I did not call Associated Door. Anytime we've called them to help us out in the past for a broken door, whatever, they don't have return calls, or they just don't come. So Overhead Door's been one. They've been doing all the work thus far since the Rainer place shut down here. And I would like to see us go ahead and get the receivers and door openers so we can have all of our vehicles activated the same.
Questions? If we do move forward with this, we're gonna do it soon because the proposal date was 2/6, and it said that the proposal is valid for acceptance for 30 days. After that, it can be increased per, okay, just make sure. And then just to make note, it also said that if there's, what was the verbiage? Hidden or flawed structures are encountered, additional charges may apply, but hopefully we don't run into that. I just wanted to make that point.
Who installed our current doors at this place over here?
Rainer, whenever they were, they're not here anymore.
Right. I know.
And they had told us whenever we had talked about it in the past that they couldn't do anything for us in that regard. But I mean, I guess it's understandable because the Rainer brand doesn't have the 4-button openers like I was talking about. So this will be a LiftMaster Chamberlain brand or whatever it is. But the biggest thing here is the labor. You know, the $50 a piece for remotes is what we're paying out for these ones that fall apart on the floor. So, I mean, that's not really the problem is about 20 of them. But the labor is the worst part of it.
And also I'm assuming that they will be able to do this in one trip because it says add additional 918 if more than one trip display is needed. So I'm hoping that.
Well, hopefully it's on trip. I mean, it's a receiver in the program. I don't know that it's.
Yeah.
So the actual door lift
This
stays the same. They're just swapping out the receiver and the transmitter. So what additional, what was it that you saw there? Eric, where was that?
It's in the scope of work in the yellow area, the first yellow area, labor.
Yeah, okay.
But that's why I'm assuming that, I mean, if they don't do it in one day.
Okay, so
that's
if
gonna be on us.
what we have is currently functioning and it isn't jerry rigged together, is it? Hanging on straps of lath work or anything,
As far as
the door hanger, the apparatus itself, there's,
no.
well, then there shouldn't be it. I think that's just to cover them. There's probably not anything. So, yeah.
The only thing, like, so this one thing is the receiver box and then
Sure.
the ropes. That's the one thing they're trying to change out.
Yeah, I just want to make sure they don't say for some reason like, oh, we had to make 2 trips, so that's an additional $918. I just want to make sure that we're.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many trips, I don't know if they get, I mean, I would think they get it on one trip.
They're home for all 4 sites. Ones have been hung already over in the new building. Openers are hung already. Okay. Yeah, they should be able to get it on.
I would think so, but I just
Well,
want
there's only, what, 3 units at 2 or 3 units in each place to switch the receivers out. The remotes, you just put the batteries in, so programming.
yeah, I'm assuming, but I was just,
I would think.
just pointing out. And it also said that I was also making a lot of assumptions tonight that it will shut down the opening completely during installation, so that's not gonna be a problem.
We'll make sure the trucks are outside when we're doing it.
When they don't work, it slows the ambulances down getting out to the.
Well, not getting.
Oh, you can get out, you just have to back in over the door.
But I mean, the frustration is the door openers themselves.
Yeah.
You know, we've probably bought enough door openers to pay for this twice.
Mhm.
And we're gonna just keep on doing the same thing until we get it fixed.
Now, they're, for their on-site evaluation and then do their maintenance program, we have any idea what that would cost? The offer there for their preventive maintenance?
Find out.
We ought to probably find that out too.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
Because if they'll come check all of the rollers and everything else, that's usually cheaper than having to pay the emergency fee to go out and fix the door.
Right.
Be at least $918.
Yeah, just to get them. I think we ought to check into that too, so.
Absolutely.
I'd make a motion to enter into contract with them.
No, sorry.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Are there any announcements?
So, you mentioned a little while ago about the activity capital, kind of go over everything, with an additional training. With anybody wanting to attend that, that's March 10th and 11th. And the first day does not start till 1 in the afternoon. So if you want, we can get you a hotel room for that night. It's in Jefferson City. If you want to drive, that's fine. Just don't want to get everybody booked up if you're planning on attending.
Yes, for me. Thank you.
Is there, I can't do the 11th, but I could do the 10th. Is there any incentive to go just for the one day, or is it?
So that first day, the 10th, in the afternoon, some of the lobbyists for the different associations will come talk to you. And they may have some reps that show up, maybe. And then it's basically just classroom time. They'll talk about, talking to your senators, talking to your reps, talking to, showing up and being a part of the political process. That they spend a lot of time focusing on that. And then what was the other thing?
Review bills, they give you a breakdown.
Yeah,
of the bills.
you'll get a breakdown of what bills are on the floor that affect EMS. And so you can understand what's going on and the people that are directly involved and really know what's going on, explain it all to you. I mean, it's informative. I see where I'm going, but I don't know, I mean.
Did you get that continuing education?
I'll trust Eric to represent us.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, really.
I retract my, No, if anybody else wants to go
I will, but I can't on the 11th. I've got a 1 o'clock commitment on the 11th. So.
No, on the 11th, there we go, yeah.
Eric, did you want a hotel for the evening of the 10th, or did you want to drive up?
Yeah, a hotel would be great.
And somebody else wants to do EMSA capital, Roy sent out an email to everybody, so that board email. I've reached out to Frank to get that sunshine law training. I'm assuming he's really busy right now. He's normally pretty quick about responding, but I haven't received any response on that yet. So once I do, I'll let you know. But there is a free webinar. I just looked it up. I believe it's only an hour long. It's on March 3rd from 8:30 to 9:30. This should count towards the continuing education. So, if anybody's interested in doing that, if you go to that link that Roy sent out, it should be from the Missouri Ambulance Association. Like you can register for that webinar, sit through that. I'm not really sure how I think the continuing education, I'm not sure how we track that yet. So I'm gonna try to find out how that works. But that's the first one that I've seen so far that they've directly said that it counts towards that education, if anybody's interested, so.
Thank you for taking that down.
No problem.
Any other announcements? Now then take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign.